Hi, my friends. How are ya? Okay, we are recording. Wonderful. And I am here today to do Tarot of Transition and Isis Oracle reading. And we're working with this deck, the Tarot of Transition. Okay, it's about the Egyptian pantheon. And now you are all familiar with the Isis Oracle by Alana Fairchild. I respect her very much. And at the last reading, we received the Temple of Obsidian, and I knew I had some obsidian by these black tourmalines here, and I wanted to bring them through. And I did find another one that I have, and these are known as rainbow obsidians, okay? So I have them here, but I did want to read about the rainbow, the obsidian rainbow real quick, and just so we can have a little information about it. But and it's a beautiful stone here. You can see the colors. I hope you can see through there, but it does, and in the different lighting of the sun, it changes. But this is called obsidian rainbow. Obsidian was used by the Native Americans in visions. Rainbow obsidian is good for seeing into the area of love in one's life. It can be used to bring love and helps one to see the spiritual part of self. Rainbow obsidian has the ability to bring happiness into one's life. So isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to put them here by my little Shakti here. And if you all recall, this is my Egyptian Shakti that I have had for many moons. And if you're not familiar what they are, you can look it up, Google it. Shakti, which this one is Egyptian Shakti from the 600 BC, 26th dynasty, but it's spelled Ushabti. Okay? All right. And I also wanted to show you my little, and this is what I really want to show you too. I wanted to highlight this little beetle that I found on my balcony about 3 years ago, I'd say. And I can't pull him out because his little legs are, in this material here. It's kind of stuck in there. I don't want to rip him apart, but I did want you to see his colors. I hope you can see that rainbow kind of colors, and he's so unusual. I mean, we have a lot of bugs in Florida, but I've never seen one like that. And he was on my little balcony, so, and that's his head part right here. So I hope you can see him. But the scarab, he reminded me of a scarab, so I keep him in here with my little Shakti, okay? And then I want to show you my little necklace, because remember when I was spring cleaning back a few months ago, people, I found all these shells, and I just want to show you. These shells are very unusual. They have these little holes in them already, by nature, okay? And this one's a smaller one, but they're just little holes. So whenever I see some, and you don't see them a lot, I mean, this is years and years, I would just stick them in a bag, and I had all these beads that I wasn't doing anything with. So anyway, I strung on them, and I think I'm going to wear this when I read these Isis oracles, okay? But yeah, that was fun to find this. So that's why you need to go and clean out the clutter, people, because look, then you can recycle and make yourself one-of-a-kind jewelry. Alrighty? Well, let us get this party started here. And I have my beautiful incense right there. I have a little nice incense burning in the back. I can just smell this. It's so beautiful. I love it. Thank you, my dear. You know who I'm talking to. And it's wonderful. And I'm also wearing my lapis lazuli, okay, for Isis. So as we usually do, get comfortable. And I'm going to do the 9-card spread. I'm going to start deep breathing and align your body, okay, your spine, so that you feel comfortable, whether you're, lying down or sitting up. But just, don't be slouching. I'm trying to keep your spine erect. The nerves to the brain to the spine. It's all important stuff. And in the Egyptians, there's a lot of wisdom with that. Okay, this first card's already kind of didn't want to settle back in the deck, so we'll pull it out. But let's start our deep breathing, and we shall begin the reading. So inhale slowly. And we exhale slowly for 9 seconds. Again, inhale. And exhale, all slowly. Deep breathe in. And we exhale out slowly. All right. Okay, the Pantheon's on the table now. And we will put the last card from the Isis Oracle. Okay, and the cards are on the table. Let us begin. First card, Charioteer of Ankh. All righty. Well, here we have a knight card, okay? In traditional tarot, it's the knight. And we know that's that younger male influence there. And this is the Knight of Swords. So we understand that that's an air element, okay? And it's the Charioteer of the Ankh. Okay. Beautiful. I have to get me an Ankh, actually. I gotta find one. I'd like to hold things. I usually don't like to order online because I just like to feel things. And look who's come through. Sauce himself. Fabulousness. He is number 8. Justice. Wonderful. The main god is here. Hail, Thoth. Wonderful. And this is his cartouche, okay? That is his divine sign given to him, all right? So this is his divine name, as the Egyptians did. And Thoth is represented as a ibis, the bird ibis, IBIS. We have many ibis here in Florida. They're on the beach. They're everywhere. They're on the golf courses. They're on the beach. They're beautiful birds, and they're always together. You hardly just see one. They're always, 3 plus. Oh, and we have the Shakti of Caprara, the page of coins. So we have an earth element here. Beautiful. And the page is just that, like the knave page cards of the traditional tarot. Wonderful. So the coins are on the table. And then we have the Hangman number 12. Okay, well, we know, that's a card where we're kind of changing, okay, in the respect of we're going into a solitary place, but we know we have to change, but we're doing it on our own. It's a self-sacrifice, okay? We're self-sacrificing ourselves to gain that higher wisdom before, because we're going through this transformation. All righty, very, very good. All righty. And here we have Samref, the High Priestess. And, this is one goddess that I try to look up, and I can't read. The only thing I found on Samref online was that she is in the Book of Deads, obviously being the High Priestess. And there was a chant for her, but I could not find information on the goddess herself. Unless I'm looking in the wrong places, but I will continue. But we will read, of course. The High Priestess of Luna is here. Wonderful. And here we have the Queen of Hesed, the Queen of Cups. Beautiful. And this is, and I believe she came in the last time. This is Ankhesenamun, and that's her cartouche here, okay? And it's spelled Ankhesenamun. I do believe she came through the last reading or the prior before, but she's been on the table. And we know that's a card about our emotions, and it's a water sign. Very good. So we got a court card there. We got the High Priestess, Hangman. Okay, We've got some major arcanas, and we have Moot herself. Beautiful, the Temperance card. And she came up prior too, because I believe that I highlighted how much I appreciate the Temperance card. I think it's a beautiful card. All righty, wonderful. And that has to do with, being patient, wait on things. All right, thank you, Goddess Moot. And now we have Yumtiv. I believe he came through the last time too. Okay. And this is the Hierophant. It's about, the traditions there. And this is sort of like a priest influence here in the traditional tarot. They, call it the Pope card. But so we understand. But it's more like government aligned, that kind of political side of it. But we have another major arcana. And before I pick this card, I know that the Lady Isis has this quote that came through for you all in the respect of, my child, do not be fearful. Okay, that's what she wants to relay. My child, do not be fearful. And we talk about be fierce and fearless all the time. So again, she's confirmation, and the flower of life is on the table. Divine creativity and manifestation. I believe this is fabuloso, and she's got her falcon with her. Look at her. If that's not a goddess, I don't know what a goddess is. Yes, a madame. Beautiful. Okay, well, let me sit down, and I'm just looking at these pictures. Oh my goodness, people. I could put on makeup like that every day and have fun with it. I think it's fabulous. Okay, and we're going to go to the flower of life, divine creativity and manifestation. You are entering a fertile period of your life. Focus on your innate creativity and how potent this is becoming, and watch it rapidly grow! Exclamation mark. You are guided to think of yourself as a creative being and to surrender your control over how things will manifest, and instead allow them to do so. Don't resist change. Instead, flow and let it happen. Now is the time for your blossoming. Beautiful. Ah, Lady Isis. I will set her here for the moment because we will read her incantation. But I want her to be by the Shakti. Okay, so we will close with her incantation. And for now, we will read the cards that are on the table. And we have the Knight of Swords as our first card. And the Ankh is the symbol of life also. So here we are, the Charioteer of Ankh. You have within you an indomitable force which will triumph over difficulties to give you victory. Do not surrender in the struggle. Hold on, and your own force will allow you to avoid retreat. Isn't that awesome? And we know the Charioteer, in the traditional tarot has to do with that determination. Okay, so that's where we're going to go, right, my friends? The Chariot. We're going to, take those challenges on. But look what it's saying here. You have within you an indomitable force which will triumph over difficulties to give you victory. Do not surrender in the struggle. Hold on, and your own force will allow you to avoid retreat. Wonderful. And again, what Lady Isis came through to me, my child, do not be fearful. Okay, and here we have, and people, the energies, and that's one reason why, when I see those ibises, every time I see an ibis on the beach or wherever I am, even in a parking lot, there are many here, I think of him immediately. This is the energy that comes through. And another thing, just to intervene, pay attention to the animals that you see, birds, lizards, whatever wild creature you see. Look it up. If you see something unusual, or if you see a flock of ibis, go to the Google and totem animal. Look up the totem animal, especially if you've seen an animal, wow, I saw an ibis 2 days ago, and now I see another one. Pay attention to those signs. Mother Earth is about her plant kingdom, her animal kingdom, her mineral kingdom. So please, my friends, pay attention to the animals. As I mentioned, when I see the ibis here, he comes to my mind, and I always say, hail, yes! That's how we align, people. And then they know that you adore them. They know it. Okay, and he's number 8. All righty. And here we have the justice himself. Thoth is the judge. He weighs your deeds and communicates the results of his examination to the supreme judge Osiris. Though not benevolent or malevolent, Thoth symbolizes the antagonist who opposes you, the protagonist symbolized by the card 13, which we know that's the death card, and that is known as Amanti, and that is the underground, okay? So you want to make sure when the transition of the Egyptians, there was the afterlife, the underground, how they were going to, the underworld, how they were going to be accepted in the underworld. So again, always think positive, my friends, because we want to go to that next life with light and love. The Shakti of Caprara. I think we got this the last time card, and I'm trying to think, did Dolph come out too? Oh, my friends, I can't remember what I did yesterday. Remember, but Thoth. I mean, that I read his deck by Aleister Crowley. That's the alchemist wizard. Obviously, Thoth. He is the man, okay, the God. So please, let's embrace the energy that we have right now on this table. It is all good. Okay, and these cards are strong. These Egyptians weren't about, the easy way of living, but they had codes and they followed through. Look at those pyramids that 5,000 years later are still on the ground here, okay, on the earth. They just had a few simple tools, strings, and the measurements. They did measurements with strings, and they just had 4, 5, 6, 7 tools to work with. So imagine what they can accomplish. And remember, they did live on this planet Earth, so we can tap their wisdom. All right, and this is the Shakti of Caprara. Okay, it's on the back here. When you suffer a reversal, I shall come to your aid when you command. Okay, so when you suffer a reversal, I shall come to your aid when you command. And the Shaktis, again, just to reiterate, they were, when the Pharaoh died, they would house all these little Shaktis near him. So when the gods were going through the underworld, they had tasks to do in the underworld. The Shaktis were there to do whatever he had to do on planet Earth, okay? They would follow suit. So command your Shakti, okay? When you suffer a reversal, I shall come to your aid when you command. All right. Very good. And here we have the upset, the hangman. All right, and we know that's in, the traditional tarot, the hangman, obviously. And this is about self-sacrifice because, they usually see the person hanging upside down and he's on a tree. And Odin also, that's how he scribed the runes, hanging upside down, okay? That's how so it's all about self-sacrificing to learn the wisdom, to transform ourselves into the initiation of the higher life that we go to, okay? To the stars. And here we have the hangman number 12. Okay. All right, and it's called the upset. And you see that his cartouche has no symbols in it, okay? And I'm curious to see that because, I'm just trying to learn more myself. There's so much knowledge here, people. We can't know everything, but we can at least try to learn. So I will have to find this out, why the cartouche is empty there. All righty, sometimes a man is condemned to walk eternally on his hands in the kingdom of the dead. drinking his own urine and eating his own excrement. What a horrible fate. The upset card is unfavorable. It signifies punishment for misdeeds committed, the failure of your enterprises, a great misfortune that comes to you from your own actions, the pollutions we inflict on ourselves, loss of all respect, endless troubles arising from past errors, an unhappy ending. Okay, you see, my friends, why we have to focus on going to the light and not being so dark, because the transition happens to all. The Egyptian believed in this kind of mastery, but it doesn't say that even what we are due today, won't get you tomorrow, okay? So follow up with good thoughts and positive ways. There's no reason to, this is about self-sacrifice, not self-sabotage, okay? Self-sacrifice to the light. Don't sabotage yourselves or others because you have wicked in you. I'm telling you, people, you get what you give in this world. That's how it is. And the high priestess is here. Wonderful. You know how I love her. And I have to say, I have looked up this goddess here, Samareth, but I couldn't find information. All I found is that she's in the Book of Deads, and she has some kind of incantations, but there was no more that I could find on her. And this is her cartouche here. Okay, that's her divine name by the Egyptians, how they did their carvings. That's her name, Samarith. But I have to get a book on these Egyptians. This deck was printed in 1983. Okay, this Tarot of Transition. So I'm going to have to really investigate more, because as these cards come up, like I say, people, I don't sit around, pulling tarot decks. I let it come. But I did want to, the High Priestess was one card I did want to investigate, and I cannot follow through with this. Okay, the High Priestess Samarith prays to the gods and intercedes with them in favor of those who are going to be submitted to their judgment. All right, we know over there the Hangman, he's not going too well, too fast, is he? The Samarith card is favorable. It signifies an influential man or woman who will intercede in your favor after you have started out on your enterprise. One point is important for this intervention, and that is, if you help yourself, the interceder will help you. There we go. Self-sacrifice, not self-sabotage, and then the High Priestess will be there at your aid. If not, she'll let you drop down into the abyss. Queen of Hesed, Queen of Cups. And this is, again, pronouncing her name, Anki Cinnamon. Anki Cinnamon. Okay, now, it just kind of popped in my head. I'm just bringing out thoughts because we showed you his cartouche, right? If I did not, I will highlight again. Here's the Queen, the Court card of Cups, her cartouche. But you see, they didn't give him one because this boy, he needs to get his stuff together, I guess. That's why they did not highlight him. Okay, and the Queen of Hesed. I love Egypt stuff. I just do. I'm not, completely aware of what's going on. Some of it I'm learning. We learn every day, people. We learn every day, every day. Okay, and the Queen of Hesed. From the evil that comes to you, extract the good. From the good that comes to you, extract the best. And yes, she's come through because I remember that quote. I think it's fabulous, and I'll read it again. From the evil that comes to you, extract the good. From the good that comes to you, extract the best. You see? And that's what we have to do. Where the Hangman, I guess, didn't get that quote in the memo. Moot! Love her. Now, she is one that, she'll give you a high or no, like the Romans did. She'll give you that high or she'll give you one of those. So let's see what our goddess Moot here is, Temperance. And I believe she came out in a prior reading with the Tarot of Transition also. Temperance, goddess Moot. This goddess is connected with the Egyptian fig tree and the sycamore, symbols of safety, because of the protection offered by their branches to the souls of the dead. Let Moot from the branches of the sycamore sprinkle you with her beneficent ablutions, and they will comfort you. The Moot card is favorable. It signifies spirituality, relief, spiritual or material support in a difficult moment, temporary protection or shelter which is followed, however, by a sense of well-being which can only be temporary. The experience will be positive for you. Okay, and I'm going to read it one more time. The Moot card is favorable. It signifies spirituality, relief, spiritual or material support in a difficult moment, temporary protection or shelter which is followed, however, by a sense of well-being which can only be temporary. The experience will be positive for you. All righty. Thank you, Goddess Moot. And in her cartouche, you see those are her symbols, okay? She's got, looks like an owl and another little bird, and I've noticed these little lines. There's 5 of them. I've seen that prior to. Okay, and Yunti, I think he came through too, the Hierophant. So we've got, if Thoth came through before, then we've got 3 cards that have come through, my friends. 4. If he, I can't recall, people. I'm sorry. I apologize for. Sometimes my brain doesn't memory bad. Not to change the subject, but I was watching a show where these people can memorize a deck of cards. He could memorize a deck of cards just if you just do the like that. He can memorize all the cards in 21 seconds. I'm just amazed. I can't remember what I did yesterday. Okay, and Yuntif the Hierophant. Yuntif the Hierophant announces to the gods that a human is about to penetrate their kingdom in order to be judged and appeals to them for clemency. The Yuntif card is favorable. It signifies someone who will guide you into the hall of judgment or introduce you. Help from others that will be useful, an influential man with whom it is best for you to be on good terms. Alrighty, I know this card has come through. Alrighty, well, pretty much what we're trying to say, the gods are with us. Align ourselves. It's all about self-sacrifice, my friends, right? And but don't self-sabotage, okay? And like, what Lady Isis has to say is, please, please do not be fearful. Okay, and we do have the goddess herself here with the flower of life. And for those of you, this is like the geometric codes I'm talking about, numbers lead to codes, codes lead into symbols, symbols lead into geometric shapes, which is all has to do with this life force of the universe, okay? And I will read this ritual of the flower of life. Ritual of the flower of life. And again, that's the flower of life. I'm sure you've seen that symbol before. Go into your heart space and relax your breathing from your belly to your chest, feeling the rise and fall of the body along with the breath. Allow yourself to cultivate the feeling, image, and sense or perception of something you would really like to create, become, or be right now. Come from a place of joy and love, something that really makes your heart sing. Don't worry if it seems too much or impossible! Exclamation mark. Don't think, analyze, or judge. Just feel with your heart and trust. Sit with your vision or feeling and then gaze at the pattern of the flower of life. Holding the vision, feeling, sit with your vision or feeling and then gaze at the pattern of the flower of life below, holding the vision, feeling, or image in your heart as you gaze at the pattern, absorbing the image internally. Take your time. Enjoy the fact that you are seeding your vision or feeling. Relax into it as much as possible. Keep your gaze soft and let it hover over the pattern. Notice small individual flowers how they link together and continue. When you are ready, with your heart still connected to your vision and aware of the flower of life pattern, just say, "Oh, my own free will, with divine harmony and grace, so be it!" Exclamation mark. You can finish the ritual with the incantation below. And I will read the quote again. Of my own free will, with divine harmony and grace, so be it. Flower of life incantation. You can say this incantation before any visualization or affirmation or as the closing to the ritual to boost your creative manifestation, causing it to come into concrete form in the physical world more rapidly. And the incantation is flower of life, circles repeating, manifestation now increasing, creativity flowing fast, with power of the universe vast, the whole within a grain of sand, and the whole is capital WHOLE, the whole, WHOLE, capital WHOLE, the whole within a grain of sand. Manifestation forms from this hand with unconditional love so wise, uniting power of earth and skies. Flower of life, circles increasing, the energy grows through this speaking. Wonderful. And here we have her, and you see her, she's with her flower of life here in the back. And this is, you can Google this, my friends. We've been talking about this. This is a universal sign, okay? Beautiful. Thank you, Goddess Isis, for what you are teaching us. And we are here for this initiation. Let the initiation begin, my friends. We are on board. And I did want to close. And again, as Lady Isis explained to me this morning, my child, do not be fearful. And I do want to bring out one last deck, my 1111 cards, because this wisdom comes from ancient knowledge, from the star beings, my friends. So let's just close with one last card here to put in perspective this ancient knowledge and wisdom that we have, so we can go from this transition of darkness into the light. And these are the light beings who speak with these 1111 alignment cards. And we have violet light healing. Isn't this beautiful? Excuse me. I get so emotional because Goddess Isis is the healer. Okay? She is the goddess of healing. Violet light healing, and you know the importance of the violet light. I embrace the violet light. It permeates my being. Okay, my friends, it's all about healing ourselves, moving forward. Okay, things of abundance will come. Okay, get out of that hangman card, that self-sabotage card. Get away from that. You can do this, all right? We have energies that are aligning with us to do it. Okay, I embrace the violet light. It permeates my being. And if you're not familiar with the violet light, Google that, my friends. Google that. Okay, thank you so much for watching and sharing with me today. Sorry, I got a little emotional there. I just think it closed very nicely, okay? Namaste, my friends. Things are changing. It's moving fast. Let the initiation begin, okay? Ciao.